Hello, and welcome back. Not really a lot of pumping energy in that one, but I'm not going to retake it. It's 8:50 Friday morning. This is a combination video of what sold and sourced. I got back about 8 o'clock at 8:05 last night. So if I would have made a video to go over all this and edited and posted, it'd be probably 9:30 by the time, and then eat and sleep the rest of that. So I'm electing to do it this way. Hey, my channel, my rules, make them up as I go. But some things I try to stay kind of consistent with. So a little one off isn't going to hurt it. And at least I don't think so. So this does not turn out to be a long video. I'm just going to get straight to it. And I'm going to go with what sold. That way this area is clear. So I can, after I go through this stuff, I can just put it right here. So it was a fairly decent day. The first sale that came in after everything was packaged from yesterday, if that was going to be the things to come, it would have been a really awesome day. But it still turned out fairly well enough. It was three 347 of 8 items going out, 8 orders, and one is the auction of the Three Investigators book. It didn't sell the first time I had it up, so I dropped it by about 10%. It was listed at $99.99, and I had a little more added to the postage, the dimensions. I dropped it down to 88, and pretty much actual dimensions. And well, it sold. You got a couple bids, but it did sell. All right. First off, if you pay attention to any of the sourcing videos, this book here is maybe a week old. Well, not the book itself, the listing was maybe a week old. I said in the sourcing video that it's like a $50 to $60 book. Well, most of the ones that were listed when I listed this are already gone. So this one was the only one left that was in good condition. There's one left that's in good condition. This is very good. $75. Good sale. Next is this Liberty, the American Revolution DVD set, 25. And, well, not and. Next is the Three Investigators book lot. Now, those were put in a lot, especially if you're new here. Those were put in a lot. So I bought, I think there were 21 of these Three Investigators books at the Savers up here in Willoughby, Willowwick. They're under $2 each. I don't remember if they're $1.79 or $1.99, and I used a 20% coupon. These ones all have some sort of bind damage or tear or detachment or something. There's just something that's wrong with them. There's a couple good dollar ones in there that those two combined in a non-torn condition are about $100, but they all have some sort of issue. And there's one or two in here that are probably only sell for right around $20. So I wasn't going to put a little more, that much more in it. It's just easier for me to just lot together the 10, but I got 91 plus shipping, and shipping the buyer paid like $22. And then I just looked it up to see on what it would cost me, and it's going to cost me almost 14, and it's going to California. This replacement Zelda case and manual, 18. Banjo backup CD, I think it's 2 CD, 19. This PBS how to something market by DVD 20. And these two Offspring cassettes for 33, and they're going overseas. So how much total they have in it, I'm not quite sure. Probably at least 55 bucks. So that's 8 sales for 295, product cost received. So the amount that I gave earlier is going to include the VAT for international, any sales tax, and the shipping I received. So that's why I say that the product cost received, and that's why the screenshot is there at the end of the videos. Hello and welcome back. This is a source video. All right. Now that intro's done with, go over all this stuff and do that. And today, I'll say what I'm about to say before the end. All right, so this is a parts catalog from looking at that Corvette. It's either a Corvette, it's most likely a Corvette, could be a Pantera. What was it, Pantera Dematosa? Could be a Ferrari. And I'm just now either way, it's going to be probably mid to late 80s, just looking at it. So I paid 50 cents for this. They sell for about 20 bucks. I mentioned in yesterday's sales video about the Slavic American cookbook. So I got this at the Volunteers of America in Brunswick, which is essentially directly south of Cleveland. Maybe southwest by 5 degrees angular, going all the way down trigonometry wise. This is the 60th, I want to say like 1954. 1952, 60th. Not sure where this one really falls in at, but it's probably 30 to 50 bucks. Some are way more, but these usually fall right in that $40 range. So I have here, and this other one down here, this collection of, I don't know if it's K-pop. The letters look Korean. So these are mini albums. I looked up, I think this is, so this is, which I think it's called G-Friend, stands for girlfriend. And this one is called Snowflake. And this one's the same. Yeah, so it's called G-Friend. Barely see it down here. These are anywhere from 40, varying on which one it is, 40 to 80 bucks each. And then this one. So these are going to have like a big booklet in it. A couple of these booklets in here do have like a sticker, something that you put in the booklet, and one of them does have kind of a tear. A couple of them have a little tear, like the sticker came back off, or whichever it may be. But for 40 to 60, 70 bucks each, and I paid $4. Well, this one was $5 apparently. I just put them all in a stack and scanned one. 5 times or 6 times, how many it was. But to pay the $4, $3.50 after tax and discount, it turned out pretty well for these. There are a few extra pictures for them because there are a booklet and so on and so forth, but I will take that extra time for these that are 40, 50, 60 bucks. So I got this many plus one. Goodwill in Medina. It's Again, I believe is probably the old barn of that area, of an area in Medina called River Styx. And I think there is still River Styx Farm or some association with it somewhere. So just looking at the books, I didn't really get a whole lot there. Oh, but I did get a couple new bags. So they have a bin that's by the registers that they charge 25 cents a bag, and it's usually just those real thin cloth bags that I usually have. Like the blue ones are really, really thin. A couple of them have rips and tears. And when I'm walking up, I'm like, you know what? I can use a couple bags. And this nice canvas one was right on top. And this is Main Street Farmers Market. It may just be a generalized words on it, but it's a nice thicker canvas. And this burlap, I want to say, nice heftier bag. So if I have a lot of books, or if I'm at multiple stores, and you can see on how, here, we'll do it like this. It'll stay right. So this is the length of my arm, and keep in mind I'm 6'4", so from elbow to fingertip. So it is at least 22, 24 inches long. So it has plenty of room, and it weighs a bit, pretty sturdy. I'm toughening it up like I'm trying to sell it. So that came in handy when, toting quite a bit. So that's another one of those tools that's going to save you a little bit of time, a little bit of money, and a little bit of energy and effort to have better bags. So I saw this in with the educational books. And they really don't have, I think is what they do, they just have like one main side that covers all kinds of stuff, and then they just put, either however they do it. I scanned this, and just the manual comes up for like 75 bucks. There's an advanced manual version that does sell for 60 to 70 bucks. This is just the standard one that you get in a box with the calculator. It's still like $40 though. And they're, I want to say paperbacks are 79 cents, and all other books are $1.50. Either way is like $1 or less. The city, very, very clean. Book club edition does not say book club. However, it has the information on the copyright page indicating that it's more of a book club. It's the hardcover in very good condition is right around 20 bucks. This one's a little more. The book itself sells quite a bit. This edition, not so much, but they have something in pretty much a like new condition. I'll put it up for 30 and wait and see. So the no sticker on this one, so that was at, I believe this was at the Medina Goodwill. This book, the hardcover, has a chance of selling for a lot more. The paperback, not so much. Again, if it's a paperback, I want to say they're like 80 cents. So it's a first edition, first print, paperback edition. Hardcovers are like 40, 50, 60 bucks. So even if this is a $20, $25 paperback, even if I paid $1 for it, still making money on it. This Presbyterian Theological Seminary, Chicago, 1929. Oh, really? Pages don't want to work. Yeah. 1929. Not a fast seller. Probably $30, right around. There are a myriad of different years, especially in the late 1800s, that do sell for 50 to $100. I don't think that there are any 1929s listed. There were a handful that have sold that gone through Terapeak for right around that $30 range. So smaller books like that. Smaller books like this, it's not really a smaller book. This will probably fit in the 8 by 10 or 7 by whatever, the smaller eBay envelope. So this is another, I guess I'll kind of go off on a very short tangent about this. So this is a specialty wrestling book of older. And the thing that I saw the wrestling, and then I look down and I look at the logo here, it's Olympic. Ones that have sold, not many. And one that is listed is like $140. I didn't see if that one is signed. That listing is signed. I just saw it was like 140, and I went into Terapeak, copy pasted what I put in the search bar, put that in the Terapeak search bar, and came up. And they do sell. I think there's like 5 and 3 years. The ones that sold for way more are signed. The ones that did not sell for that much are like $30. So again, a paperback, no sticker, 80 cents. Worth it for me to buy and wait and see? Yeah. Fast seller? No. Am I going to buy stuff, especially at like stores where I'm using coupons and discounts? May as well. Again, I've said it. What's the worst? I'm at 22 minutes. It looks like. Good. All right. So I keep this video relatively short, and considering what all is being shown here, and do a little bit of editing. So if it sells, and I'm going to be doing the sale and a calling, right? So if I list this, and if it gets one view over 6 months after it gets put on a larger sale, so after the turn of the year when that next sale is done, if it got one view, it comes out of the box and just gets tossed out. I mean, because I won't remember then on what I said now and what I looked up now. And I'll probably copy paste the title and I'll put it in Terapeak and see, oh, okay, well, it's listed for $30. It's got one view. None others have sold in that time. And I'll do some executive decisions at that point. I'll just take the book out and just throw it in the trash. It's done. If it garners interest, different story. Because then I'll get, oh, no, it does have a sticker. So this would be Salvation Army. And Salvation Army, they're $2. So when it comes down to books this big, put my hand here, right? So that's 2, probably at least 4 pounds. Books like this are ones that I do not typically buy. I will look at, but I typically won't buy ones like this. So this is the second print or second edition, and it is a school book. Second printing, 1994. The ones that I saw that did have a year in the title was 1993. The book, the solo book itself, if I remember correctly, is 50 to $80. Just the book. Now, they originally came in like a kit. Like a, I don't know, is this the student? Well, it's going to be a student book because it says this book belongs to, and that's typically what that means. Pupils to whom this textbook is issued must not write on any pages. So this is the pupil or student. They come in a kit that has like a little workbook and stuff, and those are over $100. Hardcovers at the Goodwill, at those Goodwills, is $1.50. So I paid $1.50 for this book. it's easily 50 bucks. Well, beefier, so even after all is said and done, even with all product cost and shipping and fees and stuff, if I go real far out there with the pricing and all that, it's still $30 profit if it sells at 50. So yeah, and they do sell relatively quick, so it's not like it'll sit around for a while. My own private Idaho, this VHS 2025. When I got this, sometimes it's kind of tricky. I thought it was sealed. It's not. Still savors $1 for the VHS. $30 is going to be the lower end. And if you look at the ribbon, I don't think it's ever been played. Because there's a plays, it goes off that spool, and then when you go to rewind it, that spool bobs. And there's I believe it's technically called just a bobbing pin that bobs on that spool. It's a spring and a pin, a pinion. So as it rewinds, the tape is going to become untrue in how level and plain it is around the spool and around the rest of the ribbon. This does not have any untrue leveling to it. I don't think it's ever been played. If it has, it was played once. And it may need to be rewound. All right, so we can see the ribbon is on the right, and this is on the left. So it may have only been played once. That's it. I'll have to figure that out. I'll just write that in there. But because of that, and a few other things I can kind of pinpoint, 30 to 40 bucks. All right, a Care Bears set that has all the discs. And they all need resurfaced. All right, so this, after they get resurfaced, and I'll put that in the description that they have all been resurfaced, it's still 50, 60 bucks. This one was a fun find. So the Goodwill had put out a couple CDs and a couple more DVDs on the same rack as I got done back of the books, and I had saw them with the cart going out there with it, so I knew I had to kind of stop and look. I stop and look, and I scanned this, and only non-sealed came up as listed and sold, and I think one was like $40. So then I went in, I was like, that's enough for me because it's sealed, and I wanted to tear a peek and sealed their, for new, like 80 bucks, more likely over 100. So that's a pretty good one, being that CDs are $2 there. And the rest I'm just going to ramble off because I really don't remember if any of these are high value ones. That's probably 20, maybe a little more. I believe that one was closer to 30. This Sean Rowe. Commodore's Twofer, 20 probably. 20. All right, so it's either I still have a couple of these or something very similar, or not, and I have sold them, or I'm just making stuff up. These books do sell. VHS, DVDs do sell. I didn't find any in a CD or an audiobook form, so maybe for the two of them, 30, 40, 50 bucks. a very obscure Jimmy Buffett. And again, up here in Northeast Ohio. Now, Jimmy Buffett is known probably across the world for his beach calypso type music. But this is live at Wrigley Field, the Labor Day weekend shows. These are CDs. So you can look it up, and there's DVDs, but there's no CDs enlisted or sold. One in the Terra Peak, and I don't remember. I'm not going to give a price on that one. However, Jimmy Buffett, and I've mentioned things like this before, a big enough name, and when you look that name up with something that would be identifying, Wrigley, even live at Wrigley Field, and it has CD, all that stuff, and nothing's coming up, it's enough, big enough name, nothing's coming up. So I bought it. And I want to say this one was $2. Terra Peak, I don't remember again, but if nothing's listed, nothing's sold, and I have the only one otherwise that would be on eBay. Kind of name your own price, but I try to stay within realm. And for those collectors, a very niche Jimmy Buffett, they'll pay 50, 60, 70 bucks. Sealed John Adams Blu-ray set, $30 on a good day. I don't remember. Maybe 20 bucks. 20 bucks. Don't remember. 30 maybe. Chi, don't remember. 20. Kirikou. So the single disc version, not so much, 10, 12 bucks. This is the 2-disc version, 20 bucks. And the last one that sold of this exact right here is one that I had. Another version of The Interns, Season 3, or A Simple Life Season 3 Interns, and I got one of these a while ago that's listed, and I typically wouldn't buy them, but this is just one of those that's like $18, $20. And Chair Yoga, 18, 20 bucks. And that's that. So that is a combination of what sold. Total product cost received was like 300 bucks almost. The stuff I got. Oh, and I got 3 pair of frames, eyeglass frames, and 6 pair of, I want to say it's called like Bouxan, Bouxan, something like that, vintage safety glasses. And those were $2 a pair plus the 20% that I used. The pairs are 25, 30 bucks a pair in really, really good condition. All of them, all but one, are in really, really good condition. Got those at Savers. This is 40 minutes. It'll be probably chopped down to like 30. See if I can hit 30. All right. So, like what you heard, like what you saw, like what you learned, mixing these together, and it's free. Something like that. Messed that one all up. Appreciate it. Thank you.